And we are ready to go. Thank you all so much for being on this call this afternoon, for taking an hour out of your time to join us on this webinar. And we're going to be doing this every week going forward, so you can invite your team and new prospective business partners to be a part of this. And they're going to get an all-encompassing view of not only what we do here in Enagic, but what we're sharing with other people. Because guys, as you're going to see today, this message that we're sharing it with everyone is so powerful. And the purpose of this call is building our dreams, not theirs. And we're going to get into that a little bit further. But first, I want to open just by reading from Mr. Oshiro's book. And if you haven't had the opportunity to read this, please do so. You can get this through Enagic on the website. You can get it at our office. But it's all about Mr. Oshiro, our founder, our CEO, our president, and our chairman. And you get to see into this man's life and what he overcame to bring us this incredible vision, this incredible Kangen mission, or this Enagic dream that Carlos mentioned. And if you just, the very first page of his book reads, "Look very closely at the trajectory of a successful person, and you will see how, in most cases, these people have traveled a path fraught with great difficulty, adversity, obstacles, failures, and setbacks. Success, as it seems, cannot be achieved without failure." So to those people who dream of success but have yet to achieve it, I say this: perhaps you have simply failed to follow your dream to the end. You have bailed out too soon. Success is still within reach, but to get there, you need energy in order to fuel the tenacity and tolerance you'll need to keep hanging on just a little longer until you've reached your goal. And that resonated so deeply within me, because as I will tell you, and as so many other people around this business, around Enagic will tell you, that persistence is so vital in this business. And when you, just by sticking around and being focused, committed, consistent, and coachable, you will get there. You will get there. You just have to have faith, and you just have to keep putting one foot forward in spite of any obstacles, any failures. So I thought that would just be a wonderful message to open with today. And I want to make a couple quick announcements for some things that are coming up around Enagic. We have a lot of great things happening. If you're in the Seattle, Washington area, we have a weekly training every Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. at our Enagic Seattle office. That's for an hour. Dan Edlund and I host that, and we go through in detail some of the things that we're covering today, the ABCs on how to grow and build your business successfully. We have the Old Spaghetti Factory on September 5th. Again, if you're here in Washington, a powerful Kangen water demonstration and business overview. It's an awesome dinner event. Bring your best guests to that event, because they will be blown away by the social proof that they see. And then on September 8th and September 22nd, we're going to be doing career days at the Enagic office. Those are Saturday afternoons from 1 to 4 p.m. On September 8th, Dan Edlund and Sam Tran are going to be running that meeting. And then on the 22nd, Dan Edlund and myself are going to be running that training. And then I'm sure all of you are aware of the Vegas event. That's a global event that's happening from November 1st to the 4th at the JW Marriott Resort in Las Vegas. It's off the strip. It is absolutely beautiful. Tickets for that are selling out very, very fast. So please, please, please get your tickets for that if you have not already. Okay, so I just want to jump into a few quick things here. First of all, I want to share a little bit of my story with you. If you haven't heard what my story is, I'm going to give you the very short version. A few years ago, about 4 years ago, I was in a really tough place in my life. I was in an absolute rut. My physical health was suffering. My financial health was certainly suffering. My emotional health, my spiritual health. I was struggling with depression. I was struggling with addictions. And if you looked at the picture of my life, it was just an absolute mess. And who showed up was a good friend of mine who's on this call, a gentleman by the name of Carlos Gonzalez. And he just shared a few very simple key ideas with me and that made sense. And the more I began to look at it and the more I began to experience what he was sharing with me, the more my life changed before my very eyes. And I sit here today, 4 years later, a completely transformed human being in every way possible as a result of Enagic, the people I've met through Enagic, and the opportunities that I've been given and blessed with through this incredible opportunity. My physical health is a completely different picture of what it used to be. My emotional health, my relationships. I found my faith through Enagic and the people that I met through Enagic. I found freedom to be who I want to be who I was created to spend my time doing what I want to do, helping the people that I want to help, and serving the world and our community around us. And the friendships that I've made, the relationships that I've built are, in my opinion, the most powerful. Some of my best friends in the world are part of this organization, and we lock arms with one another. So if you're seeking any of these things, you need to tune in, take some notes, and just keep joining this call and talk with the person that invited you to this. Listen to their story and how this changed their lives and how it impacted them and others around them. But most importantly, it's all about who you become along the way. Granted, the health, the money, the freedom, all of those things are wonderful, but it's all about the human being, the character that you develop through the skills you learn in this business. So there's nothing else like this anywhere in the world. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope that gives you some encouragement wherever you're at in your Enagic business today. I hope that you can glean some hope and some just a positive outlook on your future based on what we've shared with you today. So we do have a shout out this week. I'm going to unmute Tristan because she made another sale this week. And Tristan, tell us a little bit about that.
I did make a sale, and it was to my cousin, and she's also on the training right now, Lisa Glanzer.
Congratulations. And is that Lisa?
That's me. Hi.
Welcome to the
family.
Doing homework. Yeah, I'm doing homeschool.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Welcome to the family. You're in the right place. You found your way home, and we are so blessed and honored to have you with us. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate your story and your willingness to do so. And I can relate in a lot of places there, and we won't go into that. That's a different time, but thank you for sharing yours.
My pleasure. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to jump back into the training here, and I'm going to attempt to share my screen. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go over, we're going to go through the Enagic business. We're going to talk a little bit about what this program is and how it can help you achieve whatever it is that you're striving for or what you're searching for in your life. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this idea of true health. Now, when you meet our founder and chairman, Mr. Oshiro, he looks at you straight in the eye when he shakes your hand and he asks you, how is your health? Now, what he's talking about isn't necessarily your physical health. What he wants to know is, how's your well-being? How's your state? How are your emotions? Most importantly, how are your relationships? Because the reality is this: you cannot have true health without having a healthy balance of physical, financial, and spiritual or emotional health or well-being. If you have all the money in the world, but you're working 70 hours a week and you can't enjoy time with your family, you're not healthy. If you're in perfect physical health, but yet you're time poor or you're cash poor, you can't adequately provide for your family, you can't enjoy taking your family on trips to see the world, then you're not healthy. And at the same time, if your relationships are in shambles, but you have great physical and financial health, then again, you are not fully healthy. So It's very important that we maintain a balance of all three of these. And the beauty is we offer all three of those with Enagic. I sit here today as an absolute testimony to all three of these healths in the way that Enagic has transformed my life for the better in every single way imaginable. So what's this program designed for, or who is this program designed for? First and foremost, income opportunity seekers. What's that? Anyone that's looking to earn extra income, anyone that's looking to put more money into their pocketbook every single month. Entrepreneurs, people that would love to own a business, people that have always dreamed of owning a business, but for whatever various reason, they have not done so. Direct sales, network marketing professionals, those of you that have already been involved in network marketing or relationship-based marketing, as I like to call it. Maybe it didn't work out for you. Maybe the timing wasn't right. Maybe you didn't give it 100%. Whatever your reason is, maybe this is the right program for you. Maybe this is the right time for you. Maybe you're a brick and mortar business owner and you're looking to buy back some of your time. Maybe you feel like you're married to that business and you defeated the whole purpose of why you started that business in the first place because you're spending 60, 70 hours a week there doing bookkeeping and doing insurance and doing all these other things outside of what you love to do in the first place. And of course, marketing executives, sales professionals. This business, this program is for you, okay? This pretty much encompasses everyone. Now, we could take a look at the perfect career. Well, the reality is there is no such thing. But we could pretty much compartmentalize all careers into 5 categories. You have your blue collar, you have your white collar, sales, business owners, and investors. All of these have upsides, but they also have downsides. For example, blue collar, money tends to be the biggest drawback for blue collar. White collar tends to be, that's your more steady income, but again, in order to advance, oftentimes you have to play the political game. Sales can be extremely lucrative. It's one of the highest paying careers there are. However, any number of factors can change the trajectory of your business if you're in traditional sales. The company can change. The compensation plan can change. Your territory might get reduced. A competitor might show up. A number of different things can happen to hinder your performance. Business owner is great. Business ownership is what many people strive for. What's that take? It takes money. It takes capital. It takes time. It takes knowledge, education, assets to back your business. What about an investor? Now that's where we all want to become. But again, you need a large amount of capital to be able to live on the return from your investments. So none of these can fall into the category of a perfect career. Now here's what the corporation taught us over the last 100 years, because the reality is prior to 1900, most Americans were business owners. But something happened at the turn of the century. 97% of the population today works for other people. What happened? Well, we call it the rise of the corporation, and it taught us this: to go to school, to get a job, to work for 40 years, and then to retire. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? But is this our reality? Absolutely not. Here's what it really looks like. You go to school, you get a job, then you switch companies every 4 to 5 years. You work 10, 20, or longer years beyond retirement, and then if you're lucky, you retire uncomfortably, if at all. Now, there's a few more steps in this in our society today. Maybe that might be you get married, you have a couple of kids. A lot of people then get divorced, and then that could cause a radical change in your situation. You may lose half of your assets and then have to take on a second job. You have to pay child support and alimony, go into debt. Now we have student loans, which are plaguing so many Americans today, which is the worst kind of debt you can have because it can never be forgiven. So again, the rise of the corporation, that business model just is not working anymore. The model that our parents grew up in, the baby boomers, it worked for them. It's not working for us anymore. We have found a better way. Now, out of 100 people after 40 years, 5 of them are still working, 36 of them are dead, 54 of them are dead broke, 4 are wealthy, and only 1, or 4 are well off, and only 1 of them is wealthy. How does it make you feel knowing that you only have a 1% chance at becoming wealthy in the traditional corporate model? I don't like those odds. I certainly don't like a 4% chance of even being well off. I like the odds in our industry so much better. And here's what's happening around us, this job automation. It's not on its way, guys. It's already here. You're seeing it everywhere. You go into any fast food restaurant and you are going to see job automation. You go into the grocery store, Safeway, Albertsons, you name it. They have self-checkout. Robots are replacing humans in factories, and they're replacing thousands and even hundreds of thousands of jobs every single year. And yes, we are creating more jobs in America. However, the jobs we're creating are the ones that nobody wants. So again, there must be a better way. So let's talk about business ownership for a few minutes. There are a few reasons to own a business. Here are they. Being your own boss, freedom of time, leveraged income, tax advantages, controlling your financial ceiling. You get to create your own working environment, building your dreams, not somebody else's, and creating a legacy. Being your own boss, isn't that the American dream? Having that freedom to wake up in the morning and walk 10 feet into your home office barefoot with a cup of coffee and get into your day without having to commute an hour and a half, 2 hours, fighting traffic, starting your day under stress. That's no fun. We have complete freedom. We can be whoever we want to be. We get to leverage our income rather than relying on wages. Remember, profits are so much more powerful than wages. Tax advantages. When you begin your Enagic business, when you invest in our technology, your SD501, your K8, your Nespa, your Ukon, you have opened yourself up to so many tax advantages. It's unbelievable. If you are a W-2 employee and you don't currently have your own business, then you are paying way too much in federal income tax. Just owning our technology puts you at a sharp tax advantage. You get to control your financial ceiling rather than depending on letting someone else tell you what your time is worth. Your time is worth what you make it worth. Positive working environment. This is one of my favorites, guys. I mentioned the friends that we make in this business. We get to work with whoever we want. We get to work with sharp people, people that think like us, people that get it like us, people that are compassionate like us. Again, building your dreams, not somebody else's, and creating a lasting legacy for not only you, but for your family and future generations. You could be the chain breaker in your family. If you come from a long line of poverty, you can be the one to break those chains and set a new trajectory for the future of your family. Now, why don't more people own businesses? Here's why. Fear of failure, lack of resources, lack of experience or education, or lack of opportunity. The reality is all of these things like resources and experience and opportunities, they're all right in front of us. It's whether or not we choose to see them. If we've had enough, if we've had enough working 60 hours a week, we've had enough broke Christmases where we can't afford to buy gifts for our family, can't afford to take vacation time for our family, or we don't have time. When we've said enough, we change the trajectory of our lives. And then we begin to see, not only see, but seize every opportunity that's in front of us. Here's why our way is better. Minimal startup investment. What's it cost if you wanted to open a Quiznos or a McDonald's or some other franchise? It's going to cost you a lot of money up front. And then you've essentially bought yourself a job because you have to be there all the time. We don't have that with Enagic. Our startup investment, even if you came all in and bought everything that we have, which is what we recommend, you're looking at about $10,000, less than $100 per month on a business loan. What if you were to buy a McDonald's? You're looking at between $1.2 and $2.4 million in a 7-year process just to get there. You got to go back to school. That's right. You got to go to Hamburger University. You got to have $750,000 cash before you can even apply for the franchise. There are so many hoops you have to jump through, and then you have to pay royalties to the company. We don't have any of that. What we do is better for the company. It tells our story better. It's better advertising. You see, we don't pay people to tell our story. There's other ionizer companies out there that are paying celebrities to use their products. Guess what? Enagic doesn't do that. We're not paying anyone. The people that you see out there talking on radio interviews saying that they're using Kangen water, no one's paying them to say that. In fact, that person paid full price for their machine. They paid exactly what you did. Instead, we turn those profits over to you. It's powerful. And it tells our story better. Without your testimony, we cannot do this business. It's how we grow. We share our story with others. We share our experience, our strength, and our hope. And again, all of the advertising costs go right to you. Let's take a look at different industries around the world. The NFL, for example, earns less than $10 billion per year. The music industry, less than 20. Video gaming, less than 80. The movie industry, less than 90. Natural health foods, less than 90,000. Guys, these are old numbers. Today, we're over $200 billion per year paid out to people just like us. Not Ronaldo, not some star or not some athlete, us, without phenomenal education, without years and years of training. Just ordinary people who have compassion in their hearts to share what they've found with others. Look at these numbers. 2013, network marketing companies paid over $71 billion in commissions to independent distributors just like you and I. It's phenomenal. You've all seen this, right? Here's your pyramid scheme. We have the CEO at the top, president, vice presidents, middle manager, supervisors, and then the hardworking employees like us who have absolutely little to no chance whatsoever of ever becoming the CEO. Guys, we have an opportunity in Enagic to earn CEO or better level money in less time, with less experience, less education, less knowledge, just simply by developing a few simple skills and sharing our story with others. It's that simple. Back to our true health philosophy: physical, financial, and spiritual. You can't be truly healthy until you have all three of these. Here he is. This is our man, Mr. Oshiro, our CEO, our founder, our president, a man with true compassion in his heart. He cares about each and every one of us. He brought this vision of Enagic from the tiny little island of Okinawa to the rest of the world. We are now doing business in over 180 countries. It started with a tiny, tiny little island. And it's because of people like us and you that are sharing this with everyone. That is why we are succeeding so massively. Now, why is Enagic better than any other company out there? Why is this the best ionizer company, the best health company, the best network marketing company? Because we are rock solid. We have the ISO factory certifications for the manufacture of medical devices, environmental management, and for quality management. All of our technology is built under one roof in Osaka, Japan, under the close government supervision of Japan, which has the highest quality standards of any country in the world. So bar none, our technology is the best. It's the Mercedes, it's the Rolls-Royce. When it comes to your health, do not settle for second best. Do not be out there on the internet looking for something cheaper, because that's what you're gonna get. You get what you pay for. You wanna put the best into your body. The WQA, NSF, and ANSI certifications. This allows us to be in so many restaurants around the world, in healthcare facilities, and in spas and gyms, and you name it. So many different businesses are using this, and they're discovering that they can reduce and completely remove chemical products in their establishments. Our business model itself is patented. The name Kangen is patented. The way our technology is produced is patented. But this is so cool, guys. No other network marketing, no other company has this. We have a patent on the way that we pay people, on the way that we pay each other. You won't see that anywhere else. So if you hear, oh, is this one of those MLMs? Is this one of those traditional network marketing companies? It is not. It's not like anything that you've ever seen, because it must be significantly different to receive a patent. Now, here's some other really great things about this business. There's no gimmicks, guys. No sign-up fees, no qualifications. You don't have to stock inventory in your garage. You don't have to buy a bunch of product to give away. In fact, our product makes its own product for free. You can give away some water for free and share what you've experienced with others just by giving them this water with compassion. No annual renewals. Your sales accumulate. You don't ever go down in rank. You don't ever lose your rank. There's 9 different ways that we get paid, and we pay every single day. If you're doing the simple things that we outline in this training, then you're going to begin getting checks in the mail every single day. So let's talk a little bit about our product line, and then I'm going to fly through our business presentation and just show you how we earn money in Enagic. We have a lot of different products to choose from. We have our starter travel model. We have a junior power saver model. We have our classic SD501. We have the platinum SD501. We have a gorgeous one that goes underneath the sink. Our brand new K8, 8 plates, touch screen, all kinds of bells and whistles. Beautiful machine. Flawless operation. Our Super 501 for commercials. This is the one we're using in restaurants and in hospitals. And if you haven't experienced the Enespa, wow. Just find someone that owns one of these and ask them if you can go over to their house and take a shower. I'm not joking. It will make a true difference in your skin. And then, of course, our Ukon turmeric, which is phenomenal in itself. And that deserves its own separate presentation, because there are so many incredible benefits to taking turmeric in addition to using our technology. So here's how we get paid. Each of those different products has a specific commission value. For example, the SD501 has a commission value of $285 per point. Now, every time an SD501 is sold, there are 8 equal points or payments made for $285. We're going to show you how it works right now. So let's say on your first 2 sales, you share this with your neighbor. They come to see a demonstration, or you share a video with them. They love the water. They choose to invest. Great. You're going to get paid $285 for the sale of that SD501. Let's say that you're going to share it with your other neighbor now. They see the presentation, they love the water, and they want to be just like you and your other neighbor. They choose to invest in you, in Enagic, in our technology. You're also going to get paid $285 for the sale of that SD501. You get one of those 8 points. Your rank within Enagic is a 1A. That means you're a 1-point agent. Very simple. These are your first 2 sales. Now, what we want to do is we want to help you get your first 3 sales as quickly as possible. The person that introduced you to this business is going to help you to do that. Now, when you let's say you're going to share this with your best friend now. Now, your best friend sees the presentation, they love the water, they choose to invest in you, in Enagic, in our technology. Now, this time, you're going to get paid 2 of those points for $570. This isn't your 10th or your 20th sale. This is your 3rd. You've been given a 100% raise. Now think about how many hours you have to work in your current job just to earn $570. For some of you, that may be a whole week or longer. On your first 3 sales, you're going to earn $1,140. Just your first 3. Okay, so we're going to take this a step further. Now let's help your first person share this with their first 3. Just like you, they're going to get paid $285 on their first 2 sales. And they're going to get paid $570 on their 3rd, just like you did. But since this person is in your 1A franchise lane, you're going to override 1 point or $285 on each of those 3 sales. The same thing happens on your second direct sale, your other next door neighbor. They share this with 3 people in their life. They get 285 on their first, 285 on their second. They become a 2A on their third and get 570. And since they're in your 1A franchise lane, you are going to get override of $285 3 times. Now let's look what happens with your best friend, who is the third person you shared this with. Again, just like you, on their first 2 sales, they'll get 285 or 1 point. And on their third, they'll get 570. However, for you, since this person is in your 2A franchise lane, you are going to override 2 points on each of those sales for $570. Going forward, you will never make less than 2 points on any direct sale. Now, let me clarify. There are 2 types of sales in our business. We have direct sales, which are these people that you personally shared this with. And then you have group sales, which are these people that we helped your people share them with. All of these sales count toward your accumulative sales total. So for example, here, you've actually made how many sales from these 3 people? You've made 12 sales, even though you've only shared this with 3 people. Now, since you have a total of 12 sales now, you go out and share this with another person. Since you've accumulated more than 10 sales in your group, your next direct sale qualifies you to become a 3A or a 3-point agent, which means that you're going to collect now 3 of those 8 points for $855. If this is a sale on a K8, you're going to earn over $1,000 for that one sale. Again, how many hours do you have to work in your current business to earn $855 or $1,000? An awful lot. Okay. Again, any sales that take place within those 3-point franchise lanes, you will override 3 points as long as the points are available. Remember, there's only 8 points, which means they do run out. But what also makes us unique is that we pay from the bottom up, which means the person making the sale gets paid first, not the person up top getting paid first. That's when we fall into this confusion of multi-level marketing or pyramid schemes, because this isn't one of those. The person who makes the sale gets paid first, and whatever's left will roll up. Typically, only a few people, only the people directly involved in the sales process are actually getting paid. It's the fairest business model I've ever seen. Again, you begin overriding 3A franchise lanes through your 10th through 20th sale. Now, once you've accumulated 20 total group sales in your organization, you're now qualified on your next direct sale to become a 4A. Guys, this is when it gets exciting. Anybody that's hit the rank of 4A in this business will tell you the money changes, the excitement changes, the dynamic of your team changes because you have people with you that are helping you and they're excited, and the checks that are showing up in your mailbox are absolutely life-changing. What would $1,140 do for your life? $1,140 just once a month. What if you could get this 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times per month? It's life-changing money. And you don't need to make 1,000 sales to start earning this money. This is after 20 group sales. And one thing I failed to mention here is that you can actually pass ranks. Let's say that after you make your third direct sale, the third person that you sold a machine to goes out and shares this with 50 people. Not only are you going to get paid $570 50 times, do the math on that. When you go out and make your next direct sale, you're going to pass the ranks of 3A and 4A, and you're going to immediately become a 5A because you've accumulated more than 50 total group sales, and now the money continues to go up. Now you're getting 5 of those 8 points, 1,425, 1,700 on a K8. It's a lot of money. And this is when your team begins to grow consistently and very quickly. And once you've reached 101 total group sales, now you're eligible to become a 6A, and you're collecting 6 of those 8 points. And you also have the opportunity to earn a one-time $3,000 title incentive just for reaching the rank of 6A. It is phenomenal, powerful money. And this is your first major goal in Enagic. And this is where the business really begins. Okay? So what happens beyond 6A? Because that is certainly not as far as you can go in this company. Well, you start opening up all kinds of new income opportunities. Let's say, for example, you make a sale, or someone in your group makes a sale outside of those 8 points. Let's say there are 9 people below you, and you're not getting a commission or an override for that sale. Enagic is going to pay you a $200 education bonus for helping or for being a leader in coaching your team to help create that sale. So you're still getting paid from Enagic. Okay. After you've hit 6A, your next major goal is to create 2 other leaders in your organization to hit the rank of 6A. What this means for you is you become the rank of 6A2, which means simply you have 2 6As in your organization. There's a $6,000 title incentive tied to this. And again, your team is now growing faster and faster, and the progressive geometric growth of this company really begins to take hold. The next step is to help your leaders create their 2 leaders. Again, your 6As want to make other 6As in their business, which makes you a 6A2-2 when you've created 2 levels or tiers of leaders in your organization. There's a $12,000 title incentive with this, and you begin receiving quarterly bonuses and a myriad of other bonus opportunities. And this is where the promised land is. This should be everyone's goal on this call, is to hit the rank of 6A2-3, because this is when you have a huge organization. This is when you have a global empire, and this is when you have a lasting legacy to pass on to future generations. You're now earning not only a $25,000 title incentive, but at least $5,000 per month as a bonus, in addition to quarterly bonuses and the global profit sharing pool. It's like being a major shareholder in Amazon, in American Express, in Microsoft. This is where the true residual and passive income lies. And anyone that's ever reached this rank will tell you that the money here is life-changing. And we're going to hear from a 6A2-3 in just a few minutes. Now here's the complete picture. In 2003, when Mr. Oshiro brought this from the tiny island of Okinawa to Los Angeles, and we built our United States headquarters, it began to spread like wildfire throughout the rest of the globe. Now we're in over 40 global offices, serving today over 180 countries around the globe. We have new offices popping up all the time. We just opened a new one in Dubai. We have Enagic Egypt. They're everywhere. We're opening up new ones in the United States. Our new San Diego office is opening very soon. So we're constantly expanding. This company is exploding. It is just absolutely exploding all over the world. And the reason is people just like you sharing it with compassion. Let's take a look at the trajectory of our sales. 2008, we were selling less than 5,000 units per month globally. When I started looking at this project about 3.5 years ago, I remember seeing signs around the Enagic office pushing us to hit the level of 10,000 units per month. That was just 3.5 years ago. This past November of 2017, we crossed 30,000 units per month. That's phenomenal. That is absolute phenomenal growth, okay? And it's not slowing down. It is only growing more exponentially every single year. And if there has ever been the perfect time to be a part of this business, to be a part of this opportunity, it is now. Where are we in terms of the product life cycle? Hopefully everyone here has seen this, but let's take a look at cell phones, for example. Cell phones are actually still in the growth stage. You think everyone has one, but they don't. There are millions of people around the world that don't have cell phones. There are millions of people around the world that don't have color televisions, that don't have microwaves, that don't have, the SUV was a mega trend in the late 90s. So they have not yet reached product saturation or maturity. Let's look at where we're at. We haven't even come close. We've sold over 1 million units on a global scale, but there are 7.5 billion people walking around planet Earth, and guess what? Every single one of them drinks water. You do the math and tell me the percentage of the people that we've impacted. We have a long way to go, and that's exactly why we need more people like you. And if you're going to do this business, do it right. We want to train you to become professionals, to become network marketing professionals, because that's what it's all about. That's what this training was designed for, to teach you about our culture, to teach you about our business, but to help you become professionals, to help teach you the skills that are required to build your global empire. Now, there's one catch to this whole thing, just one. You must embrace a temporary loss of social esteem from ignorant people. Ignorance isn't a bad thing. It's just a condition of being uninformed or uneducated, the lack of knowledge or information. It's our job to help people understand, to help blind men see. That's what we're here for. That's why compassion is so important for this business. And guys, we are so far ahead of the game. There are 3 types of networkers: posers, amateurs, and professionals. We want to help you get past these first 2 phases and go right into becoming a professional. And it's going to take some skills. It's going to take some time. It takes on average 7 years working part-time to become an expert. The reality is you're going to be 7 years older anyway. Why not practice these skills because they're simple? But I cannot stress this enough. Treat this like a business. Do not treat this like a hobby. You invested money to be part of this. Treat it like a real business, and I promise you, it will pay you like a real business. And the skills are simple. Anyone can master them, and the best part is we get to earn incredible money while we are learning these skills. I don't know of a single medical doctor that got to earn the salary of a doctor while he was going through medical school. In this business, you get to earn an incredibly powerful income while you learn and master these skills, as long as you treat it like a real business. Now, there are 3 elements to every business, and I took this from Marcus Lemonis. You have the product, you have the process, and you have the people. With Enagic, the only variable is you, the people. We have the product. You've seen it. You've tried the water. You've seen the demonstration. It works. We have the process, the business, the infrastructure, all of the patents. We know that the checks cash. The process works. The only difference is you. It is up to you. And your sponsor or whoever introduced this to you will tell you that, yes, we are here to help you. We want you to win. We will do all we can to help you win. But your success is ultimately dependent on you. Okay? So there's no room for excuses. There's no room for blaming. There's no room for whining. Just dig in and do your absolute best. And please, please, please treat it like a business. The 7 skills are simple, and we're going to begin going into these in future weeks, and we're going to take time in the upcoming weeks and delve into each of these skills in greater detail. But for today, I'm just going to show you what they are. Finding people to invite, finding people to look at this, future business partners, future retail customers. Then we simply want to invite them to look at what we have, because really, how are they ever going to see what we have? How are they ever going to see the opportunity if we don't invite them properly to look at it, or if they are not given the opportunity to see it? And then there's presenting. Presenting does not mean standing in front of a room of 300 people doing a masterful presentation or demonstration. Presenting can be as simple as telling your story in 30 seconds or less. And we're going to actually talk about that next week when we bring on a very special guest who has traveled all around the world for Enagic, training individuals just like you and I on how to tell our story. And we're really excited about that next week as well. And then there's following up. And this is the step where most people fail. Unfortunately, this is where all the money is. You're going to hear it time and time again in this business. The fortune is in the follow-up. This training is going to teach you how to do this properly. And then next, there's closing. This tends to scare people, but the reality is if you've done the first 4 steps properly, then closing is a natural part of the process. It will, for the most part, happen on its own, organically, which is what we want. And then next is helping new distributors get started right, plugging them into this training, getting the right tools in their hand, teaching them how to get on a 3-way call, teaching them how to make a proper invitation, teaching them how to tell their story, and also setting them up for what they should expect in their first year. And then lastly is building for events, because the way we really make money in Enagic, the way we really grow our business in Enagic is getting people to events, because events are the most powerful part of this business. So I'm gonna end our slideshow presentation for right now, and I'm actually gonna bring on a good friend of mine, Carlos Gonzalez, who I'm sure all of us are familiar with, to just kind of share his experience and touch on anything that I may have missed throughout the last 50 minutes or so. So Carlos, it's all yours, my friend.
Hey, Steve, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
Can you hear me okay?
I can.
All right. Well, I think, first of all, I learned a lot, as always. I think everybody on the call, how would you like to have a Steve Beaumont in your organization and, driving a line? I mean, look at that pay plan. Imagine any one of those pay lines, whether it be, a 1A line or a 6A line, and have Steve be in that line driving your volume. And that's so Steve, it's just an honor to be on the call and to receive this information. You asked me to come on and see if there was anything that I had to add. I think the one thing that kept coming up for me as I was listening to you share this program and this project is, it sounds too good to be true, right? Is what people say. Or, really, like, what's the downside? Well, I'm going to tell everybody what the downside is. The downside is you. That was my battle. I think you talked about that at the beginning of the call. Your battle is going to be you. This program works, we have everything in place here at Enagic to help yourself in this program. But really, it's going to come down to you. Who are you going to be accountable to? You can show up on these calls, but at the end of the day, one of the things that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get out of the employee, mentality of allowing an employer to dictate when you work and how you perform, and you're going to have to be responsible for your own actions. And that's the only thing that will stand between you and you. So, I'm witnessing so many people have success, not to steal this call at all. Just want to acknowledge, Ken Pickin went 6A yesterday and hit his title incentives. I think he put 16 units into his business this month and recruited some incredible talent. And, it's just another testament to this program, and I've watched that happen. I believe to date, he's I have to check my numbers, but I think he's number 26 in my group of 6As. So, and that has nothing to do with me. It has to do with the leadership that came before me in this program, So, yeah, unless you have questions for me, I just wanted to say hello to everyone and tell them, everything you saw is real.
Thank you so much, Carlos. And guys, if you do have a question, I'm going to open it up for the last 5 minutes. if you want to just send me a quick chat, and I will unmute you, and you can get on and you could ask a question to me or Carlos, because Carlos is, I believe for all of us, he's our upline 6A2-3. And when I first met Carlos 4 years ago, he was a 6A in this business, and he was essentially just getting started. And I've been honored to be a part of his journey as well. And we've watched each other grow in this thing, and it's so much fun. It is so cool watching the transformation in people and what this business does for others. I mean, I'm a completely different person today than I was 4 years ago. I know Carlos is. I know Dan Edlund is. I know so many other people on this call are. And I just love sharing that with others. So I don't see anyone chiming in for questions, but I do want to make a quick announcement. We have events coming up. Please email me at steve@truehealthvision.com. If you want to get on my distribution list, I will send you out invitations for this event, for this call, for other calls that we have, other meetings that are happening, other events. If you would like access to this training, I am willing to share that with you for free. Any resources that I have are your resources. This is a sharing business. I'm not here to profit from other distributors. I want everyone to win. I don't care if you're part of our organization or not. I want to help you. So please reach out to me. Reach out to me with constructive criticism, feedback. What's working? Is something, did you hear something on this call that you took out there and applied today and had success with it? I want to hear about it. Help us help you make this better. And then also, the last thing I really wanted to touch on is, just get out there and share your story this week. Find 3 people that you really want to impact their lives, and go out there and tell them, what was your life like before you found this? Then who showed up? What showed up? How did this help you? And then what's your life look like today? What's your future outlook? How's that look? How are you excited about your future? Because that is how we share our story, and that's how we're going to reach so many other people. This conference is recorded. I'm going to put it up on YouTube as soon as it's available. And I'm also going to be posting this to Facebook. And then we're going to be having the same call next week. And what we're going to be doing going forward is once a month, we're going to have a special guest speaker on. We're going to continue with the training. We're going to have 3 separate parts. We're going to have part 1, part 2, and part 3. And then we're going to have 1 meeting per month with a special guest. And then our guest for next Thursday on this call at 1 p.m. will be Enagic's very own Don Prosser. And since we're going to be talking about presenting, we're going to be talking about how to script and share your story. Don has traveled all around the globe sharing this Esprit technology, this Esprit training that he's created, which is designed to help us effectively share our story and share the vision of Enagic, of Mr. Oshiro, and to help us share, build our dreams again rather than someone else's. So if there are no questions, if I would just like to thank everyone for being on the call, for taking an hour to spend with us. Please reach out to me with feedback, criticism. I love you all. May God bless you all. Go out and change some lives today. We will see you guys next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Steve.
Have a great